I didn't. I didn't queue up music. I I don't know. Oh, I never like logged into the Twitch account and like changed the title.
Uh-huh.
Announced the stream. Uh,
Mhm.
we're doing pretty well.
Well, we're live, which that's an accomplishment in and of itself, I would say.
Yeah, I had to hit one button to do that.
Well, you had to open up OBS first, right?
Oh, true. So that's like 2 buttons.
That's a double click and then a button. That's 3 clicks.
Whew. Insane. This is the type of mechanics I'm known for, honestly. Is there anything interesting in this?
In which?
The game that we're about to do. I had no, I had an idea for predictions, but I don't think any of the champions in here work. I guess Scion would, but no one knows how Scion works.
What, you're going to do like how much HP he gets from his passive?
Yeah, like the original idea was like Senna Souls or something, like something that people kind of know. But if I look at the end of the game and I give them a close number, people won't 100% know. So I could actually do a prediction on that.
Okay.
But yeah, like if I just throw out a ballpark number on Scion HP, I don't know how many people know. Like, what's a good number of Scion HP to get?
I don't even know. Does he get what, like 300 in a normal game? More?
I don't know.
What?
How much does he get?
I don't fucking know.
He gets, I think, 3 per minion kill,
Is that?
and it caps.
Doesn't it scale with the number of points in his W? Isn't it like 1 to 5 or something?
I don't know.
I might just be making shit up.
My wife is making me look at a meme. Hold on.
I have played Scion. You know me, big Scion gamer.
That's fair. All right.
Oh wow, that is more health than I was expecting. I cheated and looked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at 33.5 minutes, he has 949 extra max health.
Oh.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, that's a couple. But I have no basis if that's like actually a lot or
not. His CS isn't great, so I'm gonna assume it's not a lot. I'm gonna assume it's... time of dub time is 4 minutes, if that's the question.
Yeah. So like, I'll wait another minute or 2.
Okay. That seems very reasonable.
Then we've got one of my favorite champ stuff musics from back in the day.
Yeah, what do we have queued up?
It's called Pekin, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Pekin?
LCS 2015 Music Extended Pekin.
LCS 2015 Music Extended Pekin. How do you spell Pekin?
Peakin.
Okay. Vibe with that. What is peeking a word? I don't. Is that a place?
I think it's like peeking. Like I'm, I'm hitting
Like you're
the peak.
peeking around the corner?
No, that'd be too easy. So it's like hitting the top of
Oh, okay, so we're peeking. Okay. The term peeking defines an event or a party that is highly crowded and very populated. Yo man, check out that club. That joint is peeking.
I mean, aren't those things in that pie? Pecans?
Yeah, the peekins. That's fucking boomer. Oh no. Why is Karthus the highest win rate 80 carry right now?
He's just too good. You do a bunch of damage and you don't have to hit skill shots.
Why is his win rate 5% higher at 80 carry than in the jungle? That's
Because you can kill 2 people in lane when you die in bot
jungle
lane,
is
and when you
fucking rude.
die your own jungle, you don't
Uh-huh.
kill anybody.
That makes sense. I cannot disagree with that.
You've heard of Pekin, but have you heard of the top god Peaklay?
Ooh. Okay, okay.
I can't take credit for that one. That's all B-bots in the chat. But
Oh wow, I was impressed too. I was like, damn, he went from the boomer humor to you know, funny, clever quote. Turns out it was just Beatbox carrying us the whole time.
yeah, true. He really carries the whole cast, honestly.
Yeah, and he's carrying in game. He's carrying out of game. You know, is there anything that this man can't carry?
He's got the whole nation of Canada on his back. Like,
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure.
How does one get in a position to have like a whole nation on your back?
Well, you just I don't know. I'm trying to think of something funny, and it's rough.
Alright, Beatbox, it's up to you, man. Come up with something funny for us to say.
Sometimes I can't carry Master. Oh no. All right. You wanna look at this game? Let's do a game.
Oh, of course.
All right. Ooh, I did the fade transition. That was clean. All right. What are the other options? Oh, wait. If you just click fade, it just. Okay. The only 2 options are cut and fade. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can
I like
add
the
more.
fade. Fade looks really nice.
I've also got a slider. I can control it. Anyway. Anyway. Welcome people to RotM review week number 9. This is the LAS game from last week. RotM versus Grand Valley State University, the Lakers. I think we critiqued their logo last time they were on, but RotM comes in at 6-2. Grand Valley State at 2-6. So Gold, I think, officially locks a playoff spot with a win. Grand Valley State needs a little bit of help to get in.
Yeah, do they mathematically are they still in it?
I don't know, man. I'm just judging it on the records. I'm gonna say they're close.
They absolutely are. That increases the stakes, which helps out with the narrative here. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say if they win, they're in, man. They're in.
I don't think if they win they're in, but
No, it's been established. That is the truth. If they win, they're in.
you're gonna make me look up some standings, aren't you?
You really don't have to. We already decided on the stakes here. They have to win.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. All right, if you're ready, let's do it.
I am ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh,
You want
well,
to
mine
introduce a
didn't
team?
start. I fucked up.
You
Can we
didn't hit
restart?
start? Okay. I'm at 7 seconds if you just want to catch up.
Okay. Give me a second. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. We're in it, I think.
If
Um,
not, we'll figure it out.
yeah. You wanna
But
introduce the team?
yeah,
Yeah.
on the blue side, we have Return of the Middle Sticks here. Peak lane, the top lane on the Volibear. Gid Shade Slayer playing the Vi in the jungle. Oath pulling out the Karma mid, and then Beat Ponce and Matsuro 5 on
Uh,
the Kaisa plus the Rel bottom lane.
on the red side of the rift, wearing the red health bars for game number 1. They need a win for the playoffs. It's Grand Valley State University. RK 231 in the top lane on Scion. Sukaraikai, Sukarakai in the jungle
I
on
like that one.
Sejuani. God of Wrath in the mid lane playing Bizahar and Fake Kappa, and Cyber Blizzard in the bottom lane playing Caitlyn and Zyra. If they were a combo, would you prefer that they are Cyber Kappa or Fake Blizzard?
I kind of like Fake Blizzard. I think that has a little bit of a ring to it. Cyber Kappa. Oh, that one could work too. I don't know. I think that there are a multitude of options for them.
So
For their
if you go Cyber
dueling.
Kappa, is that just the Twitch emote or is that like the traditional Kappa?
I couldn't tell. I mean, it'd have to be the Twitch emote, right?
Yeah.
Who
So
knows?
wouldn't all Kappas be Cyber Kappas? Or
I mean, except for the fake Kappas, right?
uh, true. Um, this is the expert analysis that you tune into the Return of the Middle Stick stream for. Junglers are starting on the bottom side of the rift, and yeah, I don't feel like these lanes are going to be super exciting, honestly. I don't know how you're feeling about them.
Whole lot of non-interaction. Top lane, mid lane as well. You know, Malzahar and Karma, not known for being the most interactive of lanes. This bot lane, though, Caitlyn Zyra has a lot of pressure. Is going to be looking to push up.
Pickley hit level
As we
2 and
say.
is just pushing RK off of the minion wave, forces him to eat his potion. And yeah, we'll see if he can do anything with this early pressure in top lane. Sakurakai? Sakurakai?
Sukarakai.
Sukarakai. Kai, um, full cleared his blue side, and now he's headed to his red buff.
Yeah, so Gid had opted for the 3 camp into top side, so he's going to be there first if he's going to be able to actually impact the lane. It is a Scion, so it seems unlikely. Although Scion's getting very low.
Yes,
But Gid went
science.
to the enemy red buff.
Meanwhile, the kink in mid lane, as Kai not quite able to find anything, and now Gid's behind him. In with the Vault Breaker, gets the flash away, but the flash follow from Gid finds first blood for ROTM. They're continuing to chase God of Wrath just a little bit, poke him down. Oh, the Q not quite able to find home from Oath. Meanwhile, Peakley taking a lot of tower damage and is actually going to fall to the tower, and RK finds the solo kill up in the top side.
Yeah, the counter gank mid there from Gid Shadeslayer is very good. It was a little bit awkward pathing. Ended up showing up to the enemy red buff just a little bit late, but just in time to counter gank that mid. They picked up first blood. And then Peakley had so much pressure, but ends up going a little bit too aggressive underneath the turret. Gid's actually getting found out here on the crab. Bot lane Prio is definitely in favor of Grand Valley?
Yeah.
Grand Valley State. Yeah. So gonna end up knocking him off there. Be able to secure that for their jungler, who's a little bit far behind. So, you know, any crab that he's picking up now will definitely be
That's
good for them.
that's character development for Gid though. You know, sometimes you'd see Gid just go in and fight the enemy jungler on the crab, and this time knows that his mid and his bot didn't have priority at the time, so he just gives it up. That's character development.
Yeah, really smart. I'm gonna be honest, if it were me, I'm probably fighting for that crab.
And then yelling about why your laners didn't rotate, even though your mid laner was in base and your bot lane was shoved in.
I'd probably say something more along the lines of, "Oh, you guys were shoved in. It's fucking doomed." I'd probably say something like that, or I would take it and walk away, and then it would be great. But in the meantime,
Oh,
Matsuro is
Matsuro finds
engaging.
the engage, fake Kappa in a lot of trouble, gets stunned up, but a good flash away from the Vault Breaker. Gonna get him out to safety.
A really nice flash there by fake Kappa. Ends up being a traded flash because Matsuro ended up using his to engage there, but he does have the Hex flash, so we'll see how much pressure he's able to apply from the bush there, as many supports are often want to do. How do you feel about the support item mid lane here for Oath?
Probably not great. I can't imagine you farm so little that you like actually. I think you hit the cap pretty quickly, right? And it's not like the old support item where once you like hit the gold charges, you could like farm afterwards. I think it's just not optimal.
It's just reduced for as long as it's in your inventory. So it's kind of interesting, especially against someone like Malzahar, who you're not really trading with a whole lot. It doesn't feel like you would get a whole lot of stacks, so uncertain what the idea behind that is. But once it's finished,
he
double ward is good.
He just last hit that melee minion and got 8 gold.
Oof. That doesn't feel great.
Still gets 2 off of the Malzahar Voidlings though, so that's nice.
That's value right there, you know. Even with the support items, still able to get max gold off the Voidlings, you know. It's just min-maxing there.
Yeah, walking forward for the Tether, God of Wrath has flash, just chooses to sit there and tank it, and Gid not quite able to pull the trigger.
Yeah, Gid was level 4. If he ends up committing under turret for that Malzahar did have the ultimate available, so probably wouldn't have turned out too well. So good there to show restraint there from the side of RTM. But God of Wrath is being allowed to just perma-shove this wave, which makes a Malzahar very happy.
Wait, despite... How does Oath have more gold than God of Wrath?
Well, so he has an assist, which is 8 minions, right? Maybe the item's just fucking busted. Maybe we just don't know.
Yeah, maybe we don't know the tech. I don't know.
Either way, though, Grand Valley, it looks like they're going to be able to pick up the dragon here.
Yeah.
Just had a little bit of prio. With the spot lane that they drafted, the Caitlyn Zyra, it's very much indexing in on laning presence. You know, a lot of poke, a lot of pressure here. So I like that they're taking advantage of that to pick up that early dragon. It's kind of necessary, I think, when you're drafting a bot lane like this. So
yeah, I think it was kind of interesting that they were able to grab it while their mid laner was back in base, and ROTMs was on the map. But the bot lane prio, I guess, is just enough to keep B-Pots and Matsuro stuck underneath their tower for the time being.
Yeah, I have to play a little bit respectful there. But still here in the top lane, lots of pressure here coming out from Peakley on the Volibear. The trade looked like it was going a little bit in his favor, but ended up taking a little bit too much damage there, and it looks like it's about even now. But it's a lot of pressure. CS lead up there, so even after giving up the kill, it was still firmly in control of that lane so far.
How do you feel about the Bizahar skin? The other like the UB and there's one other. I don't know. Oh, Bima.
Oh,
well, never mind. Yeah, Peakley going in with the ultimate, not quite close enough to the turret, and the decimating smash not quite aimed the correct direction, but he does manage to live, and even holds onto his flash, which could be important if Peakley is looking to get pretty aggressive here.
It's a lot of pressure off, because without that ultimate, it's going to be hard for Peakley to actually end up diving or pressuring the Scion underneath turret, but we'll see. Scion's sticking around. It feels like he should be fine. He still has his ultimate, still has his flash available. So I can't imagine there's going to be too much pressure.
Yeah, now with that shield down, though, Gid has the opportunity to dive. Peakley will get the shield. Able to dodge out of the Vault Breaker, but the Assault and Battery is enough to lock him up underneath tower. Peakley will tank one more tower shot. Will Zombie Scion be able to actually track down Peakley? looks like he's just going to run out of health on the edge of that one. And Kai not going to go onto him, choosing to go onto Gid instead. Q not quite, or W not quite going to land, but the chilling smite plus a couple of autos. Shield from Gid might be enough to get him safe. He's just trying to dodge out, but it's not going to happen for him. It's a shutdown for Kai.
I really like the flash there from the Sejuani trying
Oh,
to
God of Wrath
body block the
flash
Vault
forward
Breaker.
for the Malzahar ult, the supreme outplay onto Peakley.
And after what was a pretty good dive there from the side of ROTM, able to get the kill onto Scion, they end up trading 2 back in the extended play, so pretty good here for Grand Valley as they're also going to be able to pick up that Rift Herald. And for a team that, looking at it, scales pretty well, you know, you have the Scion, you have the Sejuani, you have the Malzahar, and even Zyra can be a major carry as the game goes on. You know, any sort of lead that they're picking up in the early game feels really good for them. Oath, though, doesn't want to give up his pink ward for free. Trying to poke him off a little bit.
I think these Voidlings are actually giving him more gold than the minions are.
He sold the support item.
Okay, yeah, that's probably.
So it's just a misclicked Doran's.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel that.
Riot trolled him with the, you know, thinking he was playing Karma support.
Yeah, the recommended items not going well for him.
Yeah, but that Herald was dropped top, so a few plates for the side of Grand Valley, so a little bit of a gold lead now in their pockets.
Yeah, I feel like RK is doing a pretty good job up here in the top lane. He's been able to grab some from underneath turret. Ooh, that's a good engage from Matsuro, though. Kappa forced to use the flash to try to get away. He's low. B-Pots needs a couple more autos, trying to use the bush. That's actually a really good ward from Cyber Blizzard. Now looking to turn that one back in. Voidseeker not quite going to land. Matsuro just flips him back in. He'll have the stun up in just a second. Forces the flash out of Cyber Blizzard, and the Grasping Roots will make sure that that disengages. But they grab the kill on Fake Cap, and they blow up all 4 summoners from the bottom lane.
Another great engage there from Matsuro, burning the flash from Caitlyn and able to pick up the kill on the backside as well. And for a bot lane that really had to have pressure, really had to be winning lane to be useful, they're having some trouble.
God of Wrath in trouble is Gid right on top of him, trying to use the outplay button, but it's not going to be enough. The shield from Gid will keep him alive, and ROTM made a couple of good plays in the last minute or so.
Yeah, gold lead was in favor of Grand Valley, but you know, 3 kills later, ROTM looking pretty good here, and gonna be resetting. We'll see if they're back in time for this dragon. It spawns in 15 seconds, so Grand Valley has priority on it. I'd like to see ROTM try and get there, just because they've gotten so much pressure in the last few minutes that continuing that and denying the dragon could be really good. But
yeah, plus look at how strong they are right now. They have 3 completed mythics with the Kraken Slayer, the Trinity Force, and the Moonstone staff thing.
Moonstone Renewal?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, no, they are significantly stronger, and it looked like Grand Valley was a little bit worried and didn't end up starting it on spawn, so ROTM has plenty of chance to contest it and look for it here. I'd like to see them do it, because like you said, they are significantly stronger right at this moment.
Exciting top lane gameplay.
Yeah, Sejuani's waiting in the wings down here in bottom lane, trying to look for something, but Gid's coming down too. Gonna be interesting here in a few seconds. I don't know why the camera won't look down, because they're fighting.
Yeah, both junglers gonna scrap in the Tribush, and that might be it. Matsuro lost about half of his health in the initial engage. I don't know exactly what happened to him. Yeah, that's a lot of plants though for Cyber Blizzard. That'd be rough to dive into.
Definitely, that's sort of the worry against this Zyra matchup when you're a melee support, is that she's able to get the
might be in trouble
down.
walking toward God of Wrath now, caught in the back of the Dragon Pit, gonna get outplayed by the Nether Grasp, and eventually rooted up and taken down. Oath caught kind of on the other side. Matsuro and B-Pots pinching from the top. Can they actually make a play? The teleport going to come in. That's a really good placement by RK. Going to force ROTM back, and that should be the dragon for GVSU.
Which is really good there by them, able to collapse first from the mid lane and cut off Gid. Means that they get the kill, they get the second dragon, and just when things were starting to look pretty bleak, you know, able to come up with a teamfight win while being quite a bit weaker. That said, Peakley spent the whole time here in the top lane, has gotten quite a bit of damage down onto that turret. It's gonna have Cyan coming up here in a second, so probably won't be able to finish it off. But trading back the gold, um, deciding that the personal gold is worth more than the dragon.
Yeah, and he's up 700 gold now in that lane matchup. He's been getting a good shove in early on. It'd be good to see him capitalize on that. Now with the ultimate available, can do some nasty combos with Gid. Really make it miserable for whoever winds up in that top lane. But right now we're headed back to just a normal lane state here at 15 minutes.
Ult's available, and Peakley does have the teleport advantage since he
Oh,
didn't end
Gid
up
is
using it on that
already
play.
there. RK, able to sidestep the Vault Breaker. He's got the Vi ult if he wants to use it. Yeah, there's the Assault and Battery. Just trying to get the knockback. Peakley in the area now using the Rolling Thunder to try to come in. Sion does not have his ult, but does have Flash available. If he wants to continue, Peakley going to jump in, use that Ohm-Wrecker on the turret, and they're going to have to get out. Because here comes Kai, uses the Glacial Prison to lock him up. Teleport coming in from Oath on the top side of the fight. They fly in. Kai forced to flash over the wall. RK taken low. Gonna get tethered up potentially, but in comes God of Wrath, the Flash Malzahar outplay of the century.
Yeah, and it looks like they're not backing up here. Oath is still autoing the turret. Pretty far up, but...
Yeah, Oath gonna try to just walk out the Malzahar. Peakley, maybe a little overextended. That's a huge inner fire mantra Q from Oath. They're gonna be able to finally chop down the Sion. The flash forward for Oath. He gets another kill. Looking for more, but Kai able to finish him off with
Sejuani's stuck under the turret.
Yeah, Sejuani's still stuck underneath the turret. Peakley continuing the play. Doesn't find the stun with the Rolling Thunder. Oh, now finally does. Just gonna tear through the boar and finish them off underneath the tower.
Yeah, in a very extended play there. Ends up going 2 for 3. Is that right?
Yeah.
In favor of ROTM, even after Grand Valley was the first ones to pick up the kill there. Really well played there by Peakley and Oath to sort of keep them in range, do enough damage, and end up taking advantage of them there at the end. And all the while, this bottom lane just ping-ponging waves back and forth.
Yeah, and it's honestly really, really good that BPOTS is still ahead a handful of CS in this lane, despite the fact that Fake Kappa and Cyber Blizzard have been making them live underneath their turret. Mansour looking for the engage, but Gid has the flank, has the ultimate on top. BPOTS flies into the backline, trying to get a little greedy for both of them. Not quite able to finish off Cyber Blizzard, but does finally finish off Fake Kappa, and there's nowhere for the Zyra to run. One auto attack will finish that one off. This Oath takes it down. Really nicely timed gank by Gid.
Yeah, and Gid has just been so active around the map, even from that first counter gank at 3 minutes, has been doing a really good job being effective and picking up kills for ROTM. And Peakley's going hard here, but Sejuani's here.
Yeah, Sejuani's here.
Away from his jungler.
Unstoppable Onslaught used. He's able to dodge over the Sejuani ult and tear through the Sion. Now looking to turn this one back onto Kai. Just fighting in melee range. That's going to stack up that passive from Sejuani to try to get anything they can, but the Rolling Thunder is enough for Peakley. Meanwhile, BPOT solos out the turret in the bottom lane, and ROTM's opened up a almost 5,000 gold lead now.
Yeah, it looked like it might go poorly for Peakley, but just so strong, even able to tank up the zombie Sion and win the 1v2, just so strong at this point. 2 completed items, a full item ahead of the Sion. Just very difficult to deal with for Grand Valley at this point, so... we've learned that they need more than 2 people at least to even pretend to kill that Volibear.
Yeah,
that
now...
said, though... go ahead.
I was going to say Dragon spawning in 38 seconds. RTM's set up here first for a change, so that's nice to see. And this back from Fake Kappa is basically just going to mean that they're going to give control of it.
Yeah, which...
Oh, they're looking for the Caitlyn. They're not quite going to get there in time. They actually lose the turret in the process to the minion wave. Little unlucky there, but they're still definitely in good position for the Dragon here in 15 seconds.
Yeah, and being the first ones there against the Zyra, against the Caitlyn, makes it a lot harder for Grand Valley to actually end up contesting this.
Ooh, he didn't hit that inner fire. I don't know if they're 100% aware. No, they definitely know. God of Wrath used his curtains. Yeah. The Q.
Yeah, the Q.
The void curtains.
Is that actually what they're called?
No. Definitely not. Dragon went down during that. Our team secures their first dragon, but RK gets the turret up in the top lane in exchange. So the gold lead closes just a little bit, but now on the board with the Infernal Dragon headed toward that Infernal Soul in, a good 15 minutes.
And ROTM is looking. Oh wow,
Oh,
what engage!
yeah, an engage from Matsuro right onto Fake Kappa. He's burning to the Ignite, and there's nothing that he can do there. Really well played by Matsuro, and they're going to look for a little bit more as Kai goes in looking for the counter gank. Cyber Blizzard's going to be the one that pays for it. It's a killing spree for Beepots, and Kyle fall as well. The double kill for Beepots on the Kaisa.
And ROTM just continually taking advantage of Fate Kappa, walking up a little bit too far, not respecting the rel engage. Matsuro 5 has been fearless on popping that as soon as he sees the Caitlyn just a little bit too far forward. And ROTM off the picks are starting up the Baron. They have Kaisa, so they can do it pretty quickly.
Yeah, they have to be careful. This is some dangerous opponents to be doing the Baron against. Sion can fly in at weird angles. Malzahar over the wall is actually, nothing to mess
But
with.
Sion's not even coming.
Yeah, Sion's just ignoring it. He wants the mid lane tower. I don't know about trading mid tier 1 for Baron, but that's going to be the option for GVSU.
Yeah, again, like you were saying, against the Sion, against the Malzahar especially, with the finished Leandries, it can be scary to be tanking up the Baron and have to deal with those champions as well. But Grand Valley just wasn't able to get into a position to actually end up contesting it. RTM, off the back of a really good engage there in the mid lane, able to pick up the Baron. And, as we had highlighted, the Grand Valley top side of the map, and even the Zyra just scales so well as the game goes on, that ROTM with champions scale a little bit less well, the Volibear, the Vi, being able to accelerate the game, pick up this early Baron, pick up the early gold lead that they've had is going to be really good for them. So I'd like to see them pick up a few of these standing turrets with this Baron to sort of continue the gold lead here.
Yeah, I really like Beepots kind of, actively thinking about what might cost them the game at this point. Goes ahead, buys the QSS, kind of preemptively a little bit early. Oh, Oath's gonna walk directly into Kai. Nice flash over the wall, and did he use the Q already? Why didn't he follow? Oh, whatever. They're going to dive in. That's a really nice flank from peak lane. They're going to tear through Cyber Blizzard, take him down. Gid going to continue with the Assault and Battery back through Fake Kappa. Low. Beepot's just diving through. They're into the inhibitor turret. Ult from God of Wrath is going to stun up Gid, but they've only turned the one back. Now Matsuro is going to be in trouble. It's a big shutdown going to RK. Beepot's in trouble as well. Gets hit by the Decimating Smash and taken down by the Space Aids from God of Wrath.
And the initial engage from ROTM looked really good. They saw the bot lane alone and they looked to take advantage of it, but just a little bit too far. End up diving 3 turrets there in the mid lane. The outer's still up, and it ends up trading back some kills, which after picking up the Baron is not good. That means that this game's going to be stalled out for several more minutes at least. The tool that you had to start closing this game out is now gone. And you've swung a lot of gold back in favor of Grand Valley. And you still have a gold lead here for ROTM, but you can't take too many more plays like that before it just gets a lot more scary.
Is Gale Force Collector a Caitlyn build?
Collector Caitlyn sounds pretty awful, but maybe it's good. It doesn't sound good, but maybe it's
okay.
good.
Okay. Yeah, the GVSU bot lane having a rough go of it so far, and it feels like RTM just, continuing to slap them down, but kind of ignoring the damage output from God of Wrath in some of these fights, and maybe need to retarget a little bit onto that Malzahar, but we'll see how they.
Malzahar is very scary, and the longer this game goes on, just the more damage is going to be pumped out here, as already getting really close to the second item. Okay, it's Seraphs. Okay, that makes sense. I was really confused. I thought he was going to go the Event Horizon. I was like, what on earth? Why would you go that item? But no, Seraphs makes a whole lot of sense. And he's going to be teleporting in. Very strong for this fight. Definitely someone to keep an eye on is that Malzahar is the dragon. Spawning here shortly. Both teams are already here.
Yeah, Peakley set up a little bit on a flank, trying to get an angle in for a big Volibear ult. Looking
Oh.
for what he can. He uses the Rolling Thunder. They're in onto the Malzahar. That is a pretty big ult, but a flash away from the Malzahar means that the battle lines have been drawn pretty cleanly for GVSU. RK hits a nice, unstoppable onslaught in ROTM, trying to kind of back out through this fight. They need to kite backwards. The ult onto Vi going to take him down. Trade 1-for-1. Sejuani into the backline looking for what she can, but not able to find it. But B-Pots is in. The Killer Instinct finds a couple of kills, and Peakley somehow won his half of the fight as well. The double kill for B-Pots. Oh no, the ace in the hole. Ooh. That does snipe a little bit with the serrated Dirk, but Oath able to survive through it. A 4-for-1 trade for ROTM, and they'll get the dragon.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising there. The front line here from GVSU is still really big, really tanky. It took ROTM a while to actually end up punching through them, but once those frontliners went down, the rest of the fight just sort of blew open, as ROTM still very far ahead, very strong. Will take advantage of that in this fight, and Oath has the
Face
shields.
checking into the Caitlyn, but I don't think she's going to get out of that one. The extra damage from the inner fire finishes that one off, and it's not an ace. It's just going to stagger the timers for GVSU and even make it a little bit harder for them to set up vision control around this Baron that's going to spawn in a minute.
Yeah, and the spot lane for GVSU has just been picked on this entire game, as now we're looking at a combined score of 0-10 for them. Behind quite a bit if we look at item completions. Caitlyn still doesn't even have the finished collector, whereas B-Pots has had his plus a QSS for quite a while, already almost finishing up the third completed item. So yeah, spot lane for GVSU just isn't having a good go of it this game.
Oath gonna get the blue buff? That's good to see. Git took the last one. I saw that.
Well, he's on his way. Come on, Gid. Come on, you have smite up. Oh. He was looking at it. I could feel it. Oh, he missed the crab. But hey, his team ended up saving the crab for him, and ROTM already here on spawn.
Yeah, clearing out all the vision. The blue trinket doesn't really see anything. Not the maximum
Caitlyn
value.
just recalled.
Yeah,
Big happens to base.
Caitlyn's back in base, but Kai over the wall. This could still just be a 50-50. Git has a 1-level advantage, but I don't know that that's necessarily enough. In they come. Sakurai Kai throws the ult over the wall. They're into the pit, and B-Pots is able to secure the Baron. Kai in trouble, and he'll fall at the back of that one. Peakley tries to jump over the wall, but it's just too thick, and they'll get 1 kill and the Baron for their trouble.
Yeah, ROTM was able to coin flip it. Ends up coming out on top as neither jungler ends up securing it. It's in fact B-Pots, the DPM king, able to secure the Baron there for ROTM, and they should be able to walk down here, pick up this turret. Sejuani's still not alive for 20 more seconds, so ROTM might be able to pressure the inhibitor
Caitlyn's in
here.
bottom lane.
Caitlyn,
She's just
without
visible on that
Sejuani
wave.
alive, it's hard to contest this anyway. But yeah, that Baron was kind of given over by Caitlyn recalling right before the Baron spawned. And ROTM did a good job of being there on time, on spawn, and being willing to just start it. Good
Yeah,
by
rotating
them.
through the jungle. Peakley gonna just take the blast cone right into the face of RK, and they'll continue having their meat mash that they've had in top lane all game. Nothing's gonna happen over here. The turret falls in the bottom lane as they're continuing to rotate through the jungle. RK able to get out of the chain, and yeah, RTM just having their way with the game right now. 10,000 gold lead, shoving in on this tower. 2 supers, or cannon minions, excuse me, still just wailing away on that turret, and they'll get another one here in the next wave.
Caitlyn having to auto each of the cannons 5 or 6 times before they'll even die just is very weak at this point. Without the Malzahar there to wave clear, RTM should be able to pick this up.
Oh, Peakley's going in, senses the danger on that turret, just one-shots the Caitlyn on the back line. In comes the rest of the squad. B-Pots flew a little too close to the sun there, gets taken down. That was a well-timed Vault Breaker, though, from Gid to find another kill. They'll grab the bot lane in exchange for their own ADC and continue shoving in as they grab 1 inhibitor, maybe 2 in the process. I don't know exactly what their plan is right now.
They have that wave pushing in mid, so...
Okay, there it is.
They should be able to pick this up here if they want, but Malzahar is going to deal a lot of damage if they don't respect it. Their health bars are a little low, so backing up, picking up the jungle camps, resetting before this dragon probably makes the most sense. It's very safe play here for our team as they are firmly in control of this game. 10k gold lead. Um, Looking really good so far.
Yeah, I'm looking for like items to talk about, but they all seem like pretty good. Like,
Well,
yeah.
I think Oath going full support on the Karma is interesting and probably makes sense because your Kais is ahead, but I think if the bot lane of our team wasn't so significantly far ahead, they could definitely run into issues with actually killing Sion or Sejuani at any point. Just because, you know, lack of diversified damage and lack of damage in general outside of the Kais. So we've seen it a few times as people try and hit the Sion, try and hit the Sejuani, and just no damage comes from anyone other than B-Pots. But not an issue here right now for our team as they are firmly in the lead, able to pick up that third dragon here, so going to be threatening that soul point here in just a few minutes, and they're in fact without the Baron, still going to try and pressure up mid here. It's going to be hard against the Malzahar wave clear, but we'll see how much they're able to get. Looks like GVSU is able to stop that, hold that siege off for that wave at least. You know, between the Zyra and the Malzahar, there's just so much wave clear. It's going to be really hard for our team to actually break open the base.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing happening for 2 minutes.
Oh,
Although
wow.
Peaklay's just going to go in, sense his blood, trying to find God of Wrath, but he's got the flashback away. Cyrolt going to lock everybody in place for just a second, but the turret falls, and now it's going to be a field day for ROTM. A really good engage from Matsuro. Finds a couple with that Magnet Storm. B-Pots is slaying the Caitlyn. It's traded back, though, as Matsuro does fall in the process, but it's a double kill for B-Pots, continuing to auto-attack underneath the turret. Does get knocked up. Has to be careful about this zombie Scion. He does quite a bit of damage. But you know, positive traits so far for ROTM is they're continuing to shove back in. One Nexus turret already down, and I think they're headed out, it looks like.
It is 4 versus 3, and their health bars are a little bit low, so the safe play would probably be to just back up here, pick up jungle camps again, and then maybe look for this Baron spawn here, and just a hair over a minute. It looks like our team's going to be able to back up, and yeah, it turns out that they're far enough ahead that wave clear be damned. Peakley can just run in, turn off that turret, and tank everything up. And just the confidence shown there, being willing to just dive underneath the turrets, diving so far, to be able to pick up those kills. Our team really flexing here, their lead. And
yeah, and they don't even have to play fast at this. Like, we've talked about this scaling, but at this point they're super far ahead. They can kind of leisurely grab this Baron. You know, if that doesn't end the game, if for some reason it gets stalled out, they can just go pick up an Infernal Soul, and then maybe grab another. Like, they're in no rush right now.
there are a lot of options, though. You know, just take a quick peek at Malzahar's inventory. 3 completed items already, and they're not cheap items, they're big items. This Malzahar is going to deal a lot of damage. So, you know, if left alone, there's potential for him to be able to put out enough damage to turn a fight as Matsuro ends up burning his stopwatch there. It just letting him know, wanted to look pretty for the enemy team there.
Yeah, teleport in from Peakley as they're going to call in the bear. He's very fast, and they'll head toward the Baron now. The bear.
And RTM starting it up, and it is not lasting long. GVSU just is
high
not
over the wall. They're
nowhere near.
trying to get over. Gid is able to secure the Baron, but Peakley does get the ult over the wall this time. Gid trying to follow. B-Pots now getting some autos down in full retreat from the Lakers as they have nowhere left to run. Away from the lake, in fact, on Summoner's Rift. Peakley still continuing the chase, but doesn't look like he's going to find anything. And now ROTM going to escort their double super wave in.
And once again, GVSU just was not in position. Our team did a good job of staking out their claim in the enemy jungle, and GVSU just wasn't able to contest, and now they're looking to end the game here.
Yeah, that turret falls very fast.
Oh.
A huge engage from Matsuro. The wombo combo from ROTM just tears through GVSU. 2 kills already. There's a third. Bpots has to be a little bit careful. Uses the QSS to try to get away from the Scion. The Nexus will fall, and ROTM takes game number 1. Pretty clean fashion.
Yeah, massive engage there at the end by Matsuro 5 to close it out after it looked like he just channeled Hex Flash right in front of everyone, but either way able to pick up that 5-man engage, and really clean game there by RTM. They picked up the lead early and just didn't let it go at any point. Uh, really good game by them.
Yeah, so we'll take just a short break and be back with game number 2. RTM up 1-0, looking to close it out. I didn't start music. There we go. Hey, shout out to Oath for labeling the replays.
Is very helpful, I'll be honest. I think my replay crashed.
Sad.
I hit backspace too many times. It wasn't prepared.
Oh, I should probably shill this time. Number 1, thanks Matsuro for the gift subs. Do really appreciate it. Yeah, if you got a bunch of channel points you're sitting on, we added our last couple of things in. You can get emote buttons and RTM logo buttons with your hard-earned stream points. Turn those in whenever. We don't have to be online at the time, and I'll check them. You just need your address to send them to. You can also purchase them. Just message myself or Marionette in the Discord, and we'll get you squared away on those. What else can I show? I think that's about it.
College basketball?
Oh, yeah. We're doing college basketball brackets. There's a link in the Discord, like in 3 places. If you're not in the Discord and you want a link, just let me know too. But yeah, winner's gonna get a mystery skin. Yeah.
Pog.
And then I guess we're gonna do the Platinum playoff game live this week, so that'll be pretty fun. And then I think that's
Platinum
all the cool stuff for
which
now.
Which day is that?
It's Thursday night. Thursday night at 6.
6 CST. Okay.
CDT. No.
CDT? 6 Central.
I think that's all I can officially announce yet. Yeah.
I think you did a good job.
But I'd rather get a button or have Maris read 11 copy pastas simultaneously. That's a tough choice. Tough choice. Alright, gonna start a prediction.
Oh yeah? What's our prediction?
Oh, that's just enough characters. Okay. Alright, you've got 5 minutes to decide at the end of the game how many Thresh Souls will Matsuro have? Is it 80 or over, or 79 or under?
Holy. Is that what's like a reasonable number for Thresh to have? Is that a reasonable number? I'd assume it's a reasonable number. I am not the Thresh player.
I'm not either. I don't know if anybody's even gonna predict, but
I'll put down some points for someone to get.
some points casually throws down 1,500.
I have the 25k. I'm trying to hit 35 so I can get both a RTM logo button and a physical emote button at the same time. So I have to get them through my gambling winnings.
I mean, you gotta have somebody to bet against. Nobody's a non-believer yet.
Everyone has faith in Matsuro's Thrush
Yeah.
to get. Is 5 less than 79? I think so.
It's a couple
Is it?
less.
I don't have 79 fingers, but I can count to 10 fingers, and 5 is before that, and I haven't hit 79 yet, so I think 5 is less than 79. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if my math checks out there.
Alright, let's take a look at game number 2 then. If you're ready, I guess.
I am ready.
Clarify. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Did you
Oh
start
my
it
god,
this time?
I fucked up again.
Did you? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at 6 seconds.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, well, I ended and just ignored that. Alright.
Okay, well I'm at 10, so.
Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It's Mondays, man. Mondays are a pain in the ass.
Did we do it? Did we?
We're close enough. We're
Okay.
close enough.
All right. On the blue side of the rift for game number 2, looking to close out this series is Return of the Middle Sticks. Peak lane in the top lane on Ornn, Gid Shade Slayer in the jungle on Vi, Oath in the mid lane playing Orianna, and Beepots and Matsuro, 5 in the bottom lane playing Vayne and Thresh.
Alright, team, I'm already looking for something. Looks like they're gonna find the 80 carry.
Ooh, get the flash. Support flash for ADC flash. It's a good trade.
Flashing in a straight line there from Ezra was a little ballsy, but able to get away there. As introduced on the red side, we have GVSU looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. Arcade 231, the top lane on the Urgot. Sukuru Kai on the Udyr in the jungle. God of Wrath playing the Malzahar mid, and then Fake Kappa and Cyber Blizzard with the Fake Blizzard Ezreal Rel bottom lane, which is not a duo I would normally expect to see.
Yeah.
Historically, the worst support to run with Ezreal was Leona, because they want to do very, very different things in the game. So it feels like Ezreal Rel would be very similar. Kind of surprised to see that's what they opted for. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. Last game, their bot lane had quite a bit of trouble, so we'll see if they're able to have a little bit more success this time around by stealing that Rel.
My game sounds are like super weird this game.
My game sounds are so fucked.
Okay.
I'm glad you said so.
I don't. It's like it's really far away from the game that's at. I'm not really sure. And the music is like disjointed.
It's like only half the sounds are actually playing. Like none of the ability sounds are playing, but I can hear, like the minion gold and the level up and.
And yeah, there's Malzahar Q. Level 2 hit in the bottom lane. Oh, what a flay from Matsuro. It's not gonna pay off for him, but that was a good flay.
That was a really nice play there.
I wish I could have heard it.
Absolutely. Um, so this jungle matchup, Vive. Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
you just got another hook. Fake Kappa forced you. It almost had real sounds there for a second.
Yeah, we heard
This
the
is real.
flash heal ignite.
I didn't realize how much this was gonna throw me off, but like,
Gid's
this is
top here
actually a
already.
really thing. Yeah, Gid is up in top lane, hits the Vault Breaker, RK taken low, Peakley, and Gid will finish him off for first blood.
Yeah, just already so much happening around the map. This bot lane, not afraid at all, even though the AD carries are Vayne and Ezreal, not the most aggressive early game champions. Both bot lanes are willing to scrap though. I like that Gid opted for the exact same path as the last time, ended up going for the 3 camp straight into top lane and was able to find a kill up there. So already early good pressure. But this jungle matchup, Vi versus Udyr. Udyr farms significantly faster than Vi, and if left to his own devices, will be quite far ahead in that regard. So a lot of the pressure in the early game comes on the back of Gid needing to do something, needing to establish a lead. And I like already with that kill top lane, well on his way to that win condition. The random grunts are just
Yeah,
are too much.
I didn't really realize that Vayne Tumble had a sound, and now I'm hyper aware of it because that's the only thing we can hear from her kit. Also,
Yeah,
her
no,
cape is really fucked up. It like doesn't turn the correctly. Like,
it
yeah,
looks like it looks like it comes off weird there. Just so many grunts is all we hear.
yeah. I don't. We can't hear the shotgun knees from RK as he's just layering into Peakley right now. That's a lot of damage being traded back, and
Yeah, this matchup can be a little bit scary. Urgot does a lot of damage early. But once Ornn picks up the Bramble Vest, picks up the Tab Eye, it should be pretty favored, I'd imagine, towards the Ornn. That's sort of the breakpoint in any Urgot matchup. But
oh,
Lanterning
yeah, they're
Gideon.
lanterning and get
Ooh.
another great play from Matsuro. Forces the flash out of Cyber Blizzard, but the hook to follow will ensure that he should die eventually. Yeah, Gid finally finishes that one off with his meaty mitts, and 2 kills for Gid early on.
Oh, and Oath is just tanking the Voidlings. Ended up taking so much damage back there on that trade in the mid lane. But yeah, really great engage there from the bot side of ROTM. Lanterning in Gid, and then flaying Rel out of the hop once again. Ooh,
Ooh,
that's
yeah,
really
God of
good
Wrath
trade.
really low. Oath looking for it, flashes for
Oh!
the auto. It's just not quite enough damage, and the tower shot finishes him off. The kill for God of Wrath. Meanwhile, in top lane, Peakley going in gets her interrupted out of the clap by the disdain from RK. Um, I, for some reason, Urgot E gets priority over like every fucking ability in the game, and I don't understand why, but it
Because
does.
he's a big
Uh,
chonkin' boy,
he
but
is a big chonkin' boy, and Peakley's in trouble, gonna get pulled in and taken down into the meat grinder, brother.
yeah, so Sukrukai was in the wings waiting there. Sort of saw Clay going in aggressive and was in the right place at the right time, but didn't help RK shove this out. Means that this wave state is honestly awful for Urgot. He genuinely might fall further behind. Oh, just kidding. Clay wants the kill.
Yeah,
He's
Peakley
looking for it.
flashes forward for the pillar, gets the knock up and the clapping there for the solo kill.
And picking up the kill is good, but it does mean that he gives up the freeze that he could have had. That wave state could have genuinely just been awful for Urgot. He could have been frozen out of farming for the next several minutes, but Peakley instead just going to kill him, which is very reasonable. Peakley, how do you feel about the triple health pot off this recall instead of, a refillable potion?
It costs the same amount and it heals more,
True.
so it's got to be good.
True. Though, I mean, heals more. Maybe in the next like 3 minutes it heals more, but I'd say, if you start looking at in the next like 6 minutes, 8 minutes, it feels like refillable might end up out healing. But I'm silly jungle main. We just don't buy health pots. Refillable for life.
Yeah, imagine starting the game with health pots.
Oh,
Oh, we get the Ornhorn. There we go. We get a real ability sound coming through. as RK's in a lot of trouble. Damage coming through, but he's able to kite away. His little crab legs keeping him safe, but the Vault Breaker finishes him off. Gid finds the kill, and there's no one here for the counter gank, so nice, clean little dive for Gid and Peakley.
Yeah, and the the little dash there from Urgot was actually pretty good. Ended up buffering out the knockup from the Ornn ultimate, but just wasn't enough as our team has enough damage there. And Gid is now 3-0 on this Vi, well on his way towards completing his Trendy Force. Ooh,
Another
hook there
hook in the
landed in the
bottom
bottom
lane
lane.
from Matsuro. I wish I had someone to keep track of hook accuracy. That'd be a much more compelling thing than the number of souls he picks up, but
Yeah.
we could check in at 8 minutes. He's got 14 souls. Doing pretty well so far, I think.
Okay. So, well, the number was 80, right?
Yep.
So if we round it up to 15, 15 times 4 is 60, times 5 is 75, so 5 times 8. Oh no, this game has to go 40 minutes for me to win. Oh no. Assuming that it's consistent. Does Thresh get more souls as the game goes on? Does he do like the Senna thing where he'll like stand by as someone does Krug so he gets a lot of souls?
Yeah, I mean, you're guaranteed souls from neutral objectives. You're guaranteed souls from kills.
Okay. And that's just random from the wave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it scales, but I don't know for sure.
I just wasn't sure because Senna you can get like more as the game goes on because you start like funneling more CS and such that you can sort of like accelerate it, right? Whereas this trade is aggressive here in the top lane. Sukurukai was in the wings again, but Gid is coming up for the 2v2. Oh, but the fast Udyr man will be able to walk out there.
Yeah, Oath will be
Gid's
here
gonna face check.
first. Yeah, Oath could be here first if the mid laners are looking to rotate, so Udyr really can't continue to be here. Oh, the Ornhorn just not hit, but Gid wants it anyway, flashes in. Ultimate only pulls back in the Udyr. They get a bunch of knockups, and Udyr is down. The ultimate gonna land and pull back in the fear underneath the turtle, make sure that RK lives, and he gets the trade back and a big shutdown in his back pocket. Now God of Wrath collapsing from the top side of this fight. Do Peakley and Oath actually want this fight? Peakley wants it. He's walking forward, gets the knockup directly on the wall, into the clap, into the Q, and he'll finish that one off. Really nicely done. Arcade just continuing to gun down, but Peakley's so low. Do they win? They do. Oath finishes him off, and RTM gets a 3-for-1 up in the top lane.
Yeah, it looked a little bit bad there as RK231 was able to trade back the kill with the Urgot ultimate, but just the confidence here from Peakley and Oath. Once again, very similar to last game, where they're able to turn around to 2 versus 3. This time around, just the 2 versus 2, but picking up those kills nonetheless. I'm gonna be honest, I keep popping my ears thinking that they're just not working right. It's
yeah, teleport in from RK. He's got the disdain. He's got the move speed. He hits the corrosive shot, looking for any damage that he can, but it's just not quite enough range on Peakley. Hook gonna land, though. Good interrupt from Matsuro. They're trying to kite this one back out. True Shot Bros doing quite a bit of damage, and now teleport being channeled. God of Wrath maybe looking to turn this one. Final hour popped for B-Pots. He's got the stealth available, but now it runs out. Kai is here, but Gid able to fly over the wall with a Vault Breaker. Now they turn their attention on to Oath, and he'll leave the top side of the fight as well. So Dragon number 2 looks like it might go to GVSU as they're going to start this one up.
Yeah, they're the first ones here, but our team is in position to contest it.
Ooh. Yeah, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. They're looking for Cyber Blizzard. Take him down immediately. The Shockwave going to pull back in Fake Kappa. He's got the E to try to dash back out. They'll finish him off. It's a double kill for Vi. B-Pots pins a man to the wall and kills him with a crossbow. Deadly stuff. Looks like some really dangerous honey, I guess. Just corrupts Gid and takes him down. But Dragon will go to ROTM now. They flip that fight back in their favor.
Yeah, a combination of honey and the dragon aggroing onto him means that GVSU is able to trade the kill back, but ROTM picking up that second dragon is really good for them. Just watching Urgot just keep shooting the Ornn, but unlike in the early game, Ornn has the Tevi, has the Bramble, and just doesn't take much damage. But Malzahar does so much.
Yeah.
This is
the flash ER. Oath in trouble. He's burning. The Airy proc isn't quite enough, but in comes Kai to counter gank Gid, who is flying in looking for God of Wrath. A little bit more damage. If either of them die, the Space Aids will take them both down, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Shelly is just here in mid lane for some reason. I don't know what she's doing. She's going to die. Unlucky.
She's just chilling, you
Uh,
know.
Pika just went through that pillar with his E, and now I'll kite that one back out. Alright. Oh, the
Sometimes
teleport. Oath is looking for this dive. He's feeling it. In comes the Hammer Boy. Bouncy time gets the knock up onto RK. The Shockwave will finish that one off, and Peeklay's out of there. Another clean dive onto the top lane. They're really trying to pick on RK here in the early game. Already 5 deaths as they've targeted him underneath that tower.
and I really like just the aggression and proactivity out of the jungler in mid here for ROTM. Gid and Oath both have just been very active around the map and constantly looking for plays, able to pick up these leads for ROTM. Just really well played by them. Um, I
Do you
just really like to see it.
do you worry that all of this pressure has been going to an Ornn? Rather than that
Oh,
was a really good E from Fake Kappa. He got the misdirection, and now Matsuro in trouble. A lot of damage coming through. Kai runs directly into the box. That does 3 damage because he was summoned this turn, and everybody will disengage.
the LOR deep cut there. That was good. That was good. But no, the pressure going top lane, I think that shutting down the Urgot makes a lot of sense. And you are getting a lot of gold onto this Vi, onto this Orianna, who are sort of like your mid-game carries, to sort of transition you into a position where Vayne can be strong. So I don't hate it. It's not ideal. If a little bit of that money, you would like it to go into like Vayne's pocket or something. But I think that there are enough carries getting hands on that gold that I don't think it's going to be that big an issue.
30
Ooh, and
souls now on Matsuro as he's walking forward, just going to land a casual hook onto Cyber Blizzard. The man doesn't miss, but the Magnet Storm doing well to help stall this one out. Beepons is able to take down the Rel, and the teleport is going to mean that God of Wrath just kind of casually walks through on the other side. Peakley is here, and now
there are
RTM
5
might look
members
for
of
the
RotM down
redive.
here.
Yeah, Udyr and Urgot are not on this side of the map. They could look for the redive. They have Horn available should they want it. Hook gonna land onto Fake Kappa, and he's stuck underneath his turret. Knocked up, knocked around, and they'll continue looking for more. God of Wrath does trade it. He gets the kill onto Oath, but the double kill for Gid. He's 7-2 on this Vi.
Yeah, so strong, so proactive so far. Really good there play there by RTM. Picks up the 2 kills there and the spot lane turret. But it is traded on the other side of the map by the Udyr and the Urgot. Are going to end up picking up that Rift Herald. So we'll have to keep an eye, see if they're able to get a turret of their own with that. But otherwise, RTM 4.5k gold lead, 14-5 is the kill score. And the only strong member on the opposing team is the Malzahar, who it will be doing quite a bit of damage. GVSU does end up picking up that tier 1 in the mid lane, so the turret trade's at least relatively even, but still looking at a massive deficit there from the kills.
Yeah, they're just trying to hang in and hit some of these item spikes, it feels like. Still behind a mythic item completion in the top lane. RK trying his best to farm this one out. Has a little CS advantage, but just nowhere for him to go now with that top lane turret down.
That said, the dragon is spawning here in about 30 seconds, and Peakley doesn't have teleport, so GVSU will have teleport advantage here. We'll see if they look to take advantage of it, but Udyr's still in base, so I don't know if they'll make it there in time.
He's the fastest man in the entire world. He's got swiftness. He's got
He is
his chem tank.
Swifties.
Like he's on his way. He's trucking in here.
And ROTM is there, ready to start it on spawn. 10 seconds out here, but again, they don't have teleport advantage. Teleport advantage
Yeah,
is
look,
in
he's
favor
here
of
in time.
GVSU.
Look at he.
Yeah, no, Swifties are too OP. I didn't, I didn't see. I wasn't prepared.
Oh, and now he's got the speedwagon too. All right.
Oh, and ROTM, I like that they didn't start it. They're waiting for Peakley to walk down, and he's
Yeah,
in the mid lane.
in comes the teleport, though, from RK. They might be able to force directly into this bush. Hook from Matsuro, going to give up the position just a little bit. Gid just diving into the backline. Peakley hits a good ult. It's going to knock up some of the backline, but Cyber Blizzard's on to Matsuro and B-Pots. Big shockwave just trying to disengage as Matsuro gets pulled in by the Urgot ult. It's a double kill for RK. Peakley flashing over the wall, looking for God of Wrath. Oath is opting into this with him. They finish off a couple of extra kills. Peakley, B-Pots, and Oath on just their last ticks of health. RK finishes off a couple more kills, and he'll dash forward. He gets a quadra kill during that fight, and it's the Bud Light ace for Grand Valley State University.
And a lot of that just came off of having the teleport advantage there from GVSU. They were able to get Urgot down there before Peakley was able to get into position and force a fight. And meant that ROTM Gid Shadeslayer had to dive into the back line and ends up getting one shot by the Malzahar and the Ezreal combo. So it's a lot of your gold lead, a lot of your items just instantly not being a part of that fight. So ROTM ended up trading it relatively evenly there, but not what you want to see when you're that far ahead. They end up losing out the dragon and a lot of gold going in favor of GVSU, closing up this gold deficit.
Yeah,
Now only looking at a hair over 1,000.
yeah, and God of Wrath on the tax collector Malzahar. No one's paid their taxes yet. Everybody getting audited here on ROTM.
Yeah, especially Gid, I think, is probably going to be a a main target here for the Malzahar, just because Vi only has one direction to go and it's in, and Malzahar's okay with that. He is happy to just ult you and let his team kill you. So, if you want to survive, gonna need a little bit of magic resist and potentially just the QSS here from Gid.
Oh
But
man,
RTM still has pressure around the map. Looks like they're going to be able to pick up the crab here, and they're pushing in their waves mid and top. So Peakley kind of in an awkward position here.
yeah,
Going to be
corrosive
allowed to
shot
just
gonna
walk
land
through.
onto Oath. Make sure that they can't look for that engage. RK is super strong right now, by the way. Frozen Fist plus Titanic Hydra is a really disgusting combo on Urgot right now. Kappa's just trying to get this turret, and Beepots has found him, uses that final hour, and, Vayne's pretty good at dueling anyway, and when she gets the jump on you, it's even worse. So, solo kill for Beepots, which, kind of unusual for the ADCs to find a solo kill, but here we are.
So that if there were a split pushing ADC, Vayne is the one that you wouldn't mind chilling in that side lane, picking up those kills. So pretty good there for our team, and they're still putting a lot of pressure here mid, though without their AD carry here, it could be a little bit scary, just because this Urgot, as you had pointed out, is very strong at this point.
Yeah, plus Kai is the fastest man alive now. He picked up his wing moonplate for even more speed. He's addicted to speed, in fact.
Yeah, it's a I don't have anything clever to say.
I'm just trying to say more and more outrageous things to get a rise out of you, honestly. Um, you like blunk off my last joke, and I took that personally. Forge Fire Crest is going to be completed by Peakley. He's at level 13, so we'll start getting the ornaments. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Most importantly, but secondly, most importantly, the upgraded Kraken Slayer. You remember the name?
It's something that you thought was stupid. It's like Wormfallen, uh, Wormfallen something.
Sacrifice. Yeah.
Sacrifice. that's, that's a strange noun to be used there, but yeah, no, Wormfall and Sacrifice. I'd expect to see that as being one of the first items, and ooh, already a QSS finish here for B-Pots. Uh, very much respecting just the amount of CC that GVSU has here.
Yeah. Another item question for you. Mikhail's Crucible. You see it finished up by. Oh, it's Mikhail's Blessing now. Okay. I was gonna ask how a Crucible was a bell, but it's not a.
Uh-huh.
It's not a Crucible.
Oh, it's a blessing, and
It's a
everyone knows
blessing.
that bells are often used in blessing people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair. It's not. I. I don't love it, but it's fine.
Mikhail's doesn't stop Malzahar. I don't know why it's picked up here.
It stops Udyr
Udyr.
and the
Uh,
silence.
oh?
Kai is the fastest man alive, but that doesn't prevent you from being hooked. And, the problem with running faster than light is sometimes you have to live in the darkness. Oh,
Oh,
the flash
Matsuro.
forward Matsuro
Ooh.
almost had that one. I liked the look on that one. They're still they're gonna get the mid lane tower. Our TM, they've got about a 2,000 gold lead, but it's been chipped into the last couple of minutes by GVSU, and RK is just continuing the split push on the top side. He's already almost got that tower. As Picle is gonna fly in with the Searing Charge, look to trade that one back just a little bit. I actually think that RK wins this fight straight up, but
Uh, Probably. He is very scary. On the other side of the map, GVSU's actually pushing in mid here. They have the prio. They're gonna try and pick up that turret.
I like that we get to
Oh!
immediately find out. That's a really good disdain, though, from RK to prevent the knockup from the Ornhorn. Somewhere a turret died. I'm not really sure where, but in comes the rest of GVSU looking for Picle. He gets pulled in by the Urgot ult, and he's into the meat grinder. He's unstoppable. That grinder's got to be pretty big to get through the rocky boy that is Orn.
Definitely. It's maximum capacity with Ornn coming in, but RTM ended up losing that tier 2 mid,
The
losing their
junglers are
top
just
laner.
fighting over
And
the dragon right now.
oh, he missed!
Oh, he didn't hit the Vault Breaker. Kai should have the DBS. Actually, shouldn't Gid win this? He's 8-3.
Oh no!
Oh no, the smite from Kai. The ultimate comes in from Oath, trying to turn this one back around. Kai's out of the back. More teleports coming in. Vi is just trying to fight his way out, and he does finally find the kill on to God of Wrath. But in comes
Oh wow.
RK. They group up in the Titanic Hydra procs, finish him off for the double kill for the Urgot.
Yeah, and that smite fight was just really interesting as Gid wasn't able to land his abilities to actually win the fight against Udyr, so had to commit to just trying to kill the dragon and ends up losing out on the smite fight. So instead of being on sole point here for ROTM, they end up losing a turret mid, losing their top laner top, and then getting 2 more kills given over to a GVSU there at the dragon. So definitely not a good last few minutes here for ROTM. Now looking at a deficit for the first time in this series. This Urgot is very strong. This Malzahar also very strong on the side of GVSU. They are the champions to be scared of. As coincidentally enough, they're also the only ones on their team with kills. Oh.
Oh, Matsuro
Wait,
looking for it. Wait, what is happening? Gonna
oh.
flay in. Kai, the hook doesn't quite land, and he is very fast, as it turns out.
Oh
Ornhorn,
no.
ooh, just a field goal there. 3 points for him. Unfortunately, no kills. Gid gonna commit the assault and battery. They pin him to the wall. They just can't finish him off. Now they finally do, but it might be the overcommitment as they're looking for the counter engage. RK just tunneling through with those shotgun knees. True Shot Barrage finishes off Matsuro. Disdain forward. He needs a slow. Not quite gonna find anything. But overall, the pressure gonna favor GVSU as they continue
Ooh.
on. That's a good shockwave to try to stall everybody out. Oath and Picle just kiting back, waiting for Gid to try to rejoin so that they can maybe look for an engage, but they're down a man. This would be very risky if they're going for it. I can tell that Gid kind of wants it based on his positioning, but I don't think they should.
Definitely
Ooh.
not.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right.
You know, this Urgot and this Malzahar are so strong, and ROTM ends up chasing a little bit too far just to secure the 0-4 Udyr, make him 0-5, but GVSU was in position to trade back the kills. And ROTM is having trouble with stabilizing here, as you know the last few minutes haven't been going well, and GVSU's taking advantage of it, able to make the plays. And anytime that this Urgot is around, it is so hard for our team to actually end up winning a fight. Remember when he was 2-5, now 10-5, just such a strong boy. Finishes up his Black Cleaver, so only getting stronger here. And RTM is looking to start up the Baron.
Yeah,
GVSU has 2 members
God of
not
Wrath
here.
has already spotted this one out, uses the curtains on him. Fake Kappa is on the wrong side of the map currently, but you know, it'd be like that sometimes. RK and God of Wrath still looking for that pincer movement. Picle can join if they need him, and that's a
Oh,
really
the
aggressive
teleport.
teleport directly into their face. He's looking for that knockup, gets one onto the Malzahar, gets a couple more knockups, but really good well-timed Malzahar ult will at least secure that one. RK separated from his team. That's a big shutdown that goes to Vayne. They do trade Gid for it, but it's 4v3 on the map. You have to be careful though. Kai is alive. The jungler for GVSU.
And that's the most important thing, is that the jungler's the one who dropped for RTM. So even though they have the numbers advantage, not willing to try and coin flip the drag or the Baron rather, So just trying to push down mid. And this is 4v3. Watch Cyber on the side, though. Might look for an engage.
Yeah, hook onto Cyber, but it's just going to get a free engage for him. He pulls it all forward with the Magnet Storm. Kai just running through, getting some stuns. His job's done, though. He's out of there. Shockwave just pulls in Fake Kappa, has the E back out, and everybody just going to run back to their respective fountains for the time being. Soul check 61 on Matsuro.
Pog. So 61, so we need, what, a third more to go? So, what, 9 more minutes to go in this game? In order to get over 80? Yeah?
Yeah, if he keeps up the same rate, that sounds approximately right, yeah.
You should get, like, more as the game goes on, right? Because there will be, like, more fights?
I don't know.
I don't actually...
You bet on this, and you didn't do your research ahead of time.
I did not. I was just, 80 seems like... I know that Senna hits 80, like, it's, every other... I don't, very common. She hits 80 a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it would be unfair if Senna were able to collect souls more quickly than Thresh, especially considering Thresh, it's kind of his thing. It's kind of he's the soul collecting professional.
He gets paid for it?
Uh, in the despair and misery of those that he collects, yes, that is the currency with which he works.
Is that like a solid pay? Like, I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, we're grouped up for this dragon. There's 10 people here. We're just staring at each other across battle lines. A lot of poke coming out from Fake Kappa, though. Gonna pull the Ornhorn, but a good interrupt from Cyber Blizzard means that he's not gonna get anything off. He gets pulled into the Meat Grinder. Meanwhile, the Malzahar ult used onto Vi as well, and the front line is down for ROT on the flash forward from RK. He's got a triple kill. Looking for more. Matsuro is low. I don't know what's happening on the other side of the fight, but Beepots is going to die to the Space Aids. It's a quadra kill for RK, and that'll be the Dragon as well for GVSU.
And for about the 5th time this game, Peakley has had the second part of his ultimate get interrupted. It seems like GVSU is doing such a great job of making sure that he's not able to be the engage that RTM needs him to be. But even if they did get a good engage, there's just so much DPS coming out of the backline here from GVSU, from the Malzahar to that Urgot. It's just GVSU's so far ahead. They're going to be able to pick up the Baron there, as
Yeah.
well as potentially take this inhibitor, so they're just getting everything.
Yeah,
Now,
I
and I'm
really
not
like
sure.
GVSU is just like, what objective you want to do after that fight? Yes.
Yeah, they're able to pick up everything. That third Ocean Dragon, the inhibitor mid, and the Baron, so everything going their way. And at this point, I don't know what our team can do. If GVSU keeps balled up, it seems really unlikely that our team's going to be able to get a favorable fight. They just don't have the DPS to actually end up killing this Urgot, I don't think.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is that Gid really needs to invest in, like, maybe something made out of mercury that you wear around your person that helps dispel CCs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You think so?
I think that would help him out a lot, because in these fights he's just been eating the Malzahar ultimate and doing exactly 0 damage. He's got a finished Infinity Force, so he's just the strongest man in the entire world.
Yeah, and it feels like with the itemization our team's gone for, they want more of small little skirmishes to try and end up getting picks and winning the fight before they start, because in real 5v5s, even a QSS, I don't think ends up saving it for Gid. He's just getting absolutely murdered
What just
every
happened
time he
with those
tries to go into the
minions?
backline.
Did you see that? The minions
I
just like leapfrogged over each other.
sometimes the minions, I don't know, man. They just teleport sometimes. They're good
Do you
like
remember
that.
there was like a Jarvan bug where his ultimate was like the explanation of the bug was that his ultimate was coded as minions because you could like use a certain ability into the Jarvan like see terrain that he creates and get a bunch of minion score.
I don't remember that, but so many things have been coded as minions. That's the meme, right?
Yeah.
That's the Riot meme. Is that they can't fix things because they're just coded as minions. So I 100% believe it. That would be the case.
Yeah.
GVSU just not receiving any pushback here, picking up the second inhibitor, and They should be able to push for the end here. They're so far ahead that I'd be surprised if they didn't. They have that super wave coming in mid, and they're actually just going to end up playing it safe. Going to go into this top side, pick up the camps, and try and push in for that third inhibitor. And as a believer here in the vote, they must also be believers. You know, they want the game to last a little bit longer so Hyder can get his souls.
Yeah, he's on 74 right now. Gonna land the
Oh
hook over the
wow.
wall onto RK, pull him back in. A lot of damage on the Urgot as he just guns down the ward, able to dash out of the shockwave though, only gonna pull in Cyber Blizzard. A couple of ultimates being expended on opposite sides, but I think most importantly is that Gid is very low. Pikley looking for the engage, but not quite able to finish him off, but Gid flies in with the Vault Breaker. They find a couple of kills. Fake Kappa is able to survive over the wall, but RK does find the ultimate to try to trade. In comes Cyber Blizzard, gets a big knockup. Where's the damage coming from? Yeah, Fake Kappa over the wall, relatively uncontested. Gets spotted out by the blue trinket.
Oh!
Finds Matsuro, though, with the WQ. And it's 3 versus 3 on the map. ROTM saves their base for the time being. We'll see if they can continue extending the game, though.
In the first fight where GVSU doesn't end up canceling Pikley's ultimate, our team ends up trading evenly, so that's the best fight that they've had in a few minutes. You know, it was going significantly in their favor, but off the backside, just a little bit of an overextension, and GVSU doing a good job of being able to pick off the ROTM members there, but they've stalled out the game.
Cyber Blizzard has purchased the Watchful Wardstone.
That's the item. That's the item that ups your the amount of wards you can have on the map.
Yeah. I've literally never seen anyone buy this.
Pog? Is it stacked? I don't know how to tell. Yeah, behold, increases your stealth word and control word capacity by 1. That's pretty pog right there. That shows that the support, you know, is getting way too much gold, frankly, that they don't know what to do with. They're finishing up the item that nobody's bought before in the history of League of Legends, so it is a happy support.
I'm just more surprised that enough people know that it exists that they can buy it.
I actively forget about it constantly. Oh,
Matsuro finds a hook, though, onto God of Wrath. He runs into the wall of the box. They're going to use the Ornhorn just to try to Zerg him down. Beepots is in, a couple more auto attacks. They get the pick on Malzahar, but is it going to cost them? Oath is here to wave clear on the bottom side, but RK is super big. Shockwave going to kill off the rest of the minions. They're still looking for the engage. Fake Kappa in a little bit of trouble. Hook from Matsuro not quite going to land. Cyber Blizzard does delay the rest of the engage, but Beepots is here just wailing away. A couple more autos finish that one off. He's on a killing spree, and now they'll be able to grab that dragon. Oath needs to just survive and wave clear against RK. Unfortunately, that one auto attack is going to mean that the tower will go onto him, but he'll regroup and be able to take that one down, as well as potentially the inhibitor. Fake Kappa just stalling out the flash over the wall from Pikley. Yeah, they're really headed back there.
RTM's able to win the fight when Urgot isn't there. The moment Urgot isn't there, it just goes everything in favor of RTM. They end up picking up the kills and the dragon, so they've stalled out that soul point. You know, that sort of, once GVSU were able to get that, the game would be over. So stalling that out, but they do end up losing their second inhibitor in the process. One ended up coming back for RTM, so not facing too many
soul
supers
counter.
yet, but Baron is spawning.
There's 81 souls on Matsuro, by the way.
A pog. Is that a lot? I don't actually know.
He's got over 80, so if you were a believer in Matsuro, you win. It looks like Matsuro was not a believer in Matsuro, so that's unfortunate for him. Oh no. But yeah, 81 for Matsuro, and we'll see if he can continue adding to his total. Is gonna land the hook onto RK to try to start off this fight. Do they actually have the damage here? This is gonna be the full. Oh, it's not the full 5v5. Oath is not here, teleporting in just a little bit late, but the Magnet Storm has found Beepots and Pikley. He's trying to kite this one back out. We need to watch Beepots. If he falls, I think that this is just gonna be over. They're able to take down RK. Matsuro gets another hook over the side, but the front of the fight has just fallen apart for ROTM. Now Gid flies into the back line. Beepots is down. So is the rest of the team. It's a double kill for God of Wrath. It's a double kill for Kai, and a bunch of teleports into the base. This will be the game for GVSU.
You're gonna be able to finish that up, and anytime that Urgot is there, he's just been such a massive problem for ROTM. Nobody on the side of ROTM can kill him without taking their whole health bar in response, and a good response here from GVSU, falling behind early, but taking advantage of their superior team fight there in the mid game, and able to claw back in and tie up this series.
Yeah, so we'll take just a short break and we'll be back with game number 3. We'll see which team will close out the series and clinch playoff immortality. That makes it sound way more awesome, right?
I think so. I am thoroughly hyped.
Okay.
Oh no. Wait, how? Matsuro lost all of his channel points on under. How many points did you bet?
Uh,
Do you see this bet?
he bet 16,000 channel. Oh no. I feel so bad.
He's a gamer, Matsuro out here.
Betting against himself. Loses all of his channel points. Oh no.
Driving the odds. I came out a little on top there with those points, so can we have a bet where I give points back to Hyder? Well, now I'm only 300 off of getting 2 pins, Pog.
Hyder, if you want a button, let me know, man. Like, I feel super bad. uh. Whew. I'll hook you up. One time offer.
Oh goodness. Isn't betting fun?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it'd be like that, I guess. You want a RotM button? I'll get you a RotM button, buddy. Message Ash. Message Marionette. We'll get you a button.
Oh goodness.
He died so that everyone else could live with their channel points. All right. You ready for this game?
I'm so ready.
All right.
Oh, another Thresh. How many souls do you think he gets this game?
I didn't look. I could blindly do over under 80, but I don't know, man. I feel too bad taking channel points away from people. Doing predictions is hard when it's not just like randoms in the chat.
Oh no. No, we have to put the bet up. I have to give some of my channel points back. Let's run it back.
Run it back. All right. Here we go. Hold on. Start a prediction. All right.
Well, we know last game. Last game was like 40 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I haven't looked to see how long this game is. Should I go over or under? What do you think?
I don't know. I didn't look either.
Okay, I'll go over. I'll put 3K on the line. That's half of my winnings, so we'll if anyone wants the 3K, you can bet against it there.
Yeah, and you
Goodness
can
gracious.
chip in like 100 or 50. I don't remember what the minimum bet is, but
10, in fact.
oh, it's 10. You can throw in 10 and get all 3,000. What a steal! Like, put in your bets right now, man.
Alright.
Oh, somebody did the 10. All right.
Oh no, not like this.
Think of your winnings though, Aikido. You win, you'll get all 10 of those points.
Hell yeah, you have no idea. It's gonna be so worth.
All right.
Alright.
Let's start this up. Let's actually hit the button at the same time this
Yeah,
time.
no, I'm ready this time.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. We do it? We in?
I think so.
Okay.
Looks like it.
On the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 3, they one kind of an upset in game number 2 behind a monster performance by their top laner, but it's Grand Valley State University in the top lane. RK 231 reprising his role on Urgot. Sukarakai in the jungle on Jarvan the Fourth, God of Wrath on Annie mid, and Fake Blizzard on Ezreal Rel again.
Oh
And
no,
they're gonna find
Ezreal.
Fake Kappa. Oh no, the hook. He didn't have to burn his flash this time, so that's just a straight flash blown. Advantage ROTM this game.
Yeah, no, already going more in their favor than last game as Matsuro gets to hold on to his own flash. On the red side here, ROTM looking to close this out after a rough game, game 2. P-Clay in the top lane on the Mordekaiser. Gid Shadeslayer playing the Hecarim in the jungle. Oath playing the Xerath mid. Then Beepots and Matsuro 5 on the Caitlyn Thresh bottom lane. So a little bit more pressure here in the bottom lane, a little bit stronger of an early game lane, I think, um, which is nice to see because that's sort of how they won game 1, right? It was off of a really strong performance there from the bottom lane. So being able to see them pick a strong lane again, like to see that.
Yeah, plus they've got the Pulse Fire synergy. They're even synergized with Fake Kappa on the enemy team. Like,
Uh-huh.
you gotta get in their heads sometimes.
Yeah, Fake Kappa may be very confused in the middle of a fight, unable to tell which of the people around him are his teammates and which are not. So already, having several advantages on their side. Even the Hecarim skin, the uh, Lancer Zero, almost looks like a Pulse Fire skin. So just Skinergy across the board. Oh my god.
That's a lot of damage from that Disdain plus the PTA proc at the same time. And P-Clay will have to be careful with how he takes his trades. Already eaten through all of his potions up there.
After a performance like RK231 had last game, you might think, oh, well, let's just camp him. Let's get him behind, to make sure he can't do that again. But that's what happened last game.
Yeah.
Last game he started out 2-5 and still was able to just have a monster performance. So I have to see what our team ends up doing this time around to try and stop RK231. Oh, trade of stuns there in the mid lane.
That lane sounds miserable for Annie, by the way. I don't...
Getting outraged by literally everything in Xerath's kit, I think it should go Xerath's way. Although, post 6, Annie's allowed to play the game.
Anyway, yeah, RK is just tearing through P-Clay. Has the shield, luckily, for a little bit of health to get back in, but RK is just dominating these early trades.
Very scary. That said, P-Clay has access to the OP Tyler 1 build, the Tabai Bramble Vest Seeker's Arm Guard. If he ends up picking that up, I think that, that's sort of the part where Mordekaiser can start turning this lane around, because otherwise it is very difficult in the early game. But Jarvan's in the wings.
Yeah, Jarvan looking for the EQ combo, gets the flash out of Oath. I was also going to point out P-Clay spec'd into the OP Jungler DLC, where Gid came into his lane and made sure that RK had to retreat to his turret.
Very, very good there. As Gid was able to help P-Clay end up crashing that way.
Ooh,
but
there's actually no lane prio for Kai right now, so Matsuro, Beepots, and Oath be able to...
Oh, wow.
The flay out of the Flagon Dragon to make sure that he has to flash. Stun lands over the wall. Unfortunately, the hook just a little short. Needs a... just another inch or two on his hook, and don't we all?
And jungle diff is really just support diff, as Sukurukai tried to play the game but wasn't allowed to because his laners did not have priorities, so ends up having to burn his flash there and loses out a bit on tempo. And really interesting to go from a champion like Udyr into Jarvan, because they do very different things. Udyr's win condition is farming really fast, picking up dragons and running around, whereas Jarvan cannot farm fast. That is definitely his weakness as a champion, so has to make something happen in the early game before he gets outscaled. But
meanwhile, Gid does run really fast. As he runs into bot lane, he'll get the knock in. Cyber Blizzard just tries to... Excuse me. That was rude of me.
it's
say
the
some words, please.
Flash and the Ghost on the side of RTM in favor of the heal from Fake Kappa, but GVSU able to walk away there, so definitely very good for them. But it sort of hurts when you're in a lane that was pressuring when you're not supposed to be allowed to pressure, and then you get punished for it. So it just kind of makes it harder, as the pressure's going to be back in favor of ROTM with this Caitlyn Thresh lane. It's very difficult to exist as Ezreal.
Yeah, shout out to my wife for making meatball subs for dinner. Yeah. I don't have anywhere to go with that. I'm sorry. um, Oath is level 6. He's got Right of the Arcane. He could like wander bot lane and shoot some people with it. That'd be pretty cool.
Definitely, and I like what RTM's done here in the bottom lane after the GVSU bot lane was forced to recall.
Oh,
As
Peakly
I'd
gonna
say
pull
it.
RK into the Sex Dungeon, level 6 to level 5. We'll see if he can find the advantage here. Ooh, not quite able to find the bonkening. And so RK will be able to flash away.
It turns out Conquer is too OP with the level advantage there from Peakly, able to take advantage of it and burn the flash from Urgot, which is a far cry from where we saw this lane just a couple minutes ago, so really good there on Peakly to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and good of him to identify that he had that level advantage. I think had RK been level 6, he would have been,
Oh no.
you know, much more active. And
Now
do
he
have to be
doesn't have
careful about
ult
getting
though.
it turned around on, though. If he hits level 6, can, you know, layer into him with the ultimate Fear Beyond Death. I never really liked that name. Yeah.
Oh.
We always
Peakly
critique Riot names on this stream. Got a Breath, just drops Tibbers on top of Oath. That's a lot of damage coming through. Forces him to use the barrier so that he doesn't die to Disintegrate. And yeah, now no summoners available for Oath is going to make him very vulnerable to a Jarvan gank here in just a second once he hits level 6. But they're going to take advantage of that momentary lapse in pressure to go ahead and grab their first dragon of the game.
Which, as the Jarvan team, this is definitely what you want to see. Oh no! Oh, Jarvan's so low!
Oh, right of the Arcane over the top. It's first blood for Oath, but the dragon does go over to GVSU.
And Oath just smelled something fishy going on as laner disappeared. Bot lane was not there, so he ends up ulting in on the dragon. Ends up blind picking up the kill on the Sukurukai. So first blood going in favor of ROTM at 7.5 minutes is significantly more quiet early game than we've seen in the last few games. So you know, a bit more controlled here from both teams.
Yeah, Peaklight gonna pick up the blighting gem? Blighting jewel?
That is
Leer.
the Leeching Leer.
The blighting's the void staff.
Yeah.
I knew what item it was, but I didn't know the right name. Anyway, Peakley and RK just gonna continue bopping each other back. So he's got a little Omni Vamp. Might help him heal and sustain through these trades. It's not the OP Tyler 1 item combo though.
Yeah, you know, it's I feel like he's really missing out. You know, there's about a 0% chance of ever losing lane if you go the OP trio of Seeker's Bramble and Tabi, but this time around just a little bit more aggressive, you know, feeling like the Omni Vamp and extra AP is all that he needs to win this lane, and he's surviving so far.
Yeah, doing all right. Gets the shove in as well, and has a small CS lead, so hard to argue against it thus far. Another Tibber's going to land into the EQ combo. Oath is in trouble. That was... You can interrupt that with that? That was really weird. Oath is... Oh, no. What, did he die? I guess it was just the burn from the red buff. Now Matsuro in a little bit of trouble trying to kite back to his own jungler. They're going to pull Kai into the Death Realm as Gid goes forward with the Onslaught of Shadows. They'll take down God of Wrath outside of the Death Realm. Meanwhile, inside the Death Realm, Sakurai Kai in trouble. The ace in the hole just going to zip past and not be of any use as Peakley finds the kill.
And what a series of events there is. Really good gank there from Sakurai Kai, just taking advantage of Xerath not having the barrier, but the flash had come back up, and Matsuro was in the right position to get the lantern out, and the creation of the Cataclysm wall ended up barely canceling the lantern. Heck of an interaction there, but they were able to pick up the kill on the back end. But ROTM, the rest of the team was there first, so a couple more kills going in their favor means that we're looking at about a 2k gold lead on the side of ROTM, and looks like they might be able to pick up this Herald as well. Matsuro's just fighting Sukuru Kai, holding the flay for when Jarvan tries to flag and drag. Ooh,
Oh,
doesn't end up
not quite able to
canceling it.
find the fly. Gid just going to knock him back, though, and they should be able to take down Jarvan and the Rift Herald in the process. So, um, you know, didn't get the big highlight flay, but it turns out just fine for RTM anyway.
Yeah, no, they're pretty happy with that. And this whole time that Matsuro's been out of lane, Beepot's all on his own. Matsuro not gonna find the hook mid, but Beepot's all on his own, but has a significant CS lead. Isn't getting punished at all for being alone, and our team's just getting everything
With
around
a
the map
flash
here.
forward looking for it. Doesn't have that stun procced with Tibbers, though, so God of Wrath not quite able to find that. And Beepot's, again, just really impressed by him farming underneath this turret 1v2, holding his own while his support tries to make support diff on the other parts of the map.
Yeah, Matsuro doing a really good job of impacting the rest of the map, and Beepot's doing a good job of holding down the fort while left alone, so our team's bot lane really doing well here. As we see, Peaklate very much has control of this lane now. You know, we saw the early trading going in favor of Arcade 231, but you know, seemingly with the items coming in as well as that level advantage that Peaklate took advantage of earlier, everything going his way.
This always feels so bad as a top laner. You finally get pushed up to mid. You put down a ward in the bush. There's a pink ward in there. Enemy just walks in there and clears it right after you put it down. Feels super bad.
Yeah. That just means you're never allowed to push. You are just living underneath your turret. As we see RK231 readied and prepped to just receive this wave as it's slowly pushed in and actually trading into Peaklay.
Yeah, throws in the disdain, still looking for that trade. Hits that last shotgun knee, throws in the ultimate. It's not quite enough damage. He's looking for it, trying to pull him in, but the death row, does that drop off the Fear Beyond Death?
No, I think that Peaklay just ended up staying right above the threshold there. Ends up taking down the solo kill. It was very close there. It's just a sliver of health above the threshold.
Yeah, would you also call death sentence a threshold?
Absolutely.
That was probably my worst joke of the night.
I like that one. I think that one was good. Gid's looking for it
yeah,
here
Gid's
in the
looking
bot
for
lane.
the engage, gets the knockback. Gonna get stunned up by Cyber Blizzard, pulled back in with the Magnet Storm, but he's following in with the Onslaught of Shadows. Takes down Jarvan the Fourth. The other three notwithstanding, of course. RK is teleported into the bottom lane, walks directly onto a trap, though, getting just stunned and gunned and poked from across the map. And RTM trying to disengage Matsuro. I don't think he can quite be there. Still has flash available, though, luckily, and able to get out to safety. This is still a weird situation. Can't get over this wall, for the record. He's got to run straight in, right of the Arcane over the top. He's apparently not going to kill anybody because we're not watching it. And meanwhile, Peaklay got a turret, and he's just continuing to push it in top lane.
Even ROTM is going to be able to start up this dragon here. No one in position to contest it, so it's going to be a second dragon going in favor of ROTM, which is very good for, again, looking at the jungle matchup. It's something where Jarvan had to get ahead early and had to make something happen, and now 1 and 4 losing out on the second dragon means that a lot of the win conditions that they had just aren't going in favor of GBSU.
Sorry, you caught me mid-water sip, and I decided to commit to it rather than, try to have a half sip of water.
Understandable. Because Peaklay's find RK231 here and just has so much damage coming out, just not even close.
Yeah, he hit, a Q in that, and just kind of burned him down with his passive. That was kind of nutty for
I think
Peaklay.
the big thing is finished Tabai has the finished Riftmaker as well, and on the side of Urgot, no mythic in sight, not even his first legendary item completed. He's just on components, quite a bit behind this game.
It's interesting, they're the same components he went for. Is that what Titanic Hydra built out of?
That I'm 90% sure that's what Titanic Hydra.
Kai is just watching Peaklay farm as a Legrom. Matsuro gets caught just a little bit here. Cyber Blizzard with a big engage, pulling him back in, but you can see just kind of the dis-synergy. Fake Kappa can't really commit to anything. Kai gets pulled into the Death Realm. Pikley trying to chase him down, finds a big Q onto God of Wrath, and now being surrounded by 3 members of GVSU, forced to try to retreat for the time being. But Gid is just wrapping around the blue buff, maybe looking for something. There's still a little split. Fake Kappa goes in though, hits some abilities. Oh, the dodge wasn't quite enough to get him out of range, but in comes Gid looking for kills on the top side, onto a killing spree right of the Arcane over the top. 1 hits, 2 and 3 both miss, but Gid finishes that one off with the double kill for the pony.
Yeah, and the rest of the map going in favor of ROTM, but GVSU, a nice little 2v2 kill here in that bottom lane means they're going to be pressuring that turret as well, and having one lane that's doing well is definitely something that they need at this point, because the rest of the map is falling apart. Now a 5k gold lead in favor of ROTM, is they're even going to pick up this mid lane turret as well. Just grabbing everything. It's going to be traded here in the bottom lane, so not the worst thing in the world, but definitely a significant lead here for ROTM. We'll see if they're able to continue with that and transition it into the bigger objectives here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, and this is a weird flip of the script. Is Cyber Kappa doing pretty well in the bottom lane? 1-0. Normally at this point, already kind of like 0-8, 0-9 in the other 2 games. And the top half of the map is falling apart just a little bit. But Gid and Pikley having really good performance here in game number 3. We'll see if they can continue that one forward, and if Bpots can find his way back into it already with his completed Gale Force, though, should be feeling pretty comfortable as he starts to hit the mid game.
Definitely. Ooh, and Super
Kai, you can't be here. Oh, well, maybe he can. Good for him. Oh, you can't be here.
Round 2. Oh, the flay doesn't connect, so he's going to be able to just barely limp away. But RTM, they're here first. They have the priority for Sheila.
Yeah, I can see why the gold players wanted their game on the regular stream rather than here. My bad. They're gonna group up for Sheila though. Fake Cap and Cyber Blizzard still continuing to poke away both top laners and bottom lane. Only Pikley can join if this were to turn into a full 5v5. I don't think Sheila's really worth fighting over right now, but
but Gid's
looks like Gid really wants to anyway. Gonna try to knock in Fake Kappa. Gets kind of knocked around, sucked back in. Oath is in trouble as he takes a little bit of an aggressive route through, but gets pulled back by that dark passage, and Gid is able to finish off Cyber Blizzard. So kind of an awkward engage, but it does work out for ROTM as they're continuing to press forward. Pikley grabs the tower in the bottom lane now with his 2-level advantage, just pulls RK into the Death Realm. Ultimate's exchanged, and Pikley just continuing. Oh, gets the pull. He could have committed for that, but choosing to play it safe.
Playing it a little bit safe, yeah. Just has the pressure. The rest of his team is on the other side of the map picking up Sheila, and Dragon's also spawning in 30 seconds, so we might see a replay of that team fight. As RTM's already transitioning to bot
souls. He just left 2 souls there. He's on 37, by the way.
He's not a believer. He's he's working against the bet. Not like this.
He just left 2 of them sitting there. I don't.
Oh, there's 2 right there. He's trolling. Oh no, I shouldn't have bet on over. Our team hasn't had a chance to reset. They're kind of low. So this might be GVSU's opportunity to get back in.
Yeah, Cyber Blizzard looking for the engage onto Oath, but now he's separated from his team and very slow. Doesn't look like it's going to matter. Right at the Arcane
was farming the top side jungle the whole time.
Yeah, now farming the mid lane turret. Dragon spawned, by the way, so it's going to be started up. Pikley and Bpots, of course, the duo that are going to do that.
Yeah, as expected, and jungler here just in time to smite it. Perfect timing there. Because our team's going to be able to pick up that second dragon on their way towards that mountain soul this game, which would be really nice for our team, especially considering the lack of damage options coming from GVSU this game. There's no really big damage carries here. Annie does some, but it isn't a major AP carry out of a little bit of burst. So any amount of extra resistances you get from the mountain soul are just going to be that much more important here.
That man just shoot his big Krug.
Did he?
Is that legal?
That's not allowed.
That's kind of messed up.
That's toxic. How do you feel about Ezreal picking up the QSS this early?
Uh, he does not want to go to the Sex Dungeon. Or Brazil,
Yeah.
I think is the more popular new way.
Is that? Is it? He just takes him to Brazil?
Yeah,
Wait.
just regular Brazil. That's what's in
Oh,
the Death Realm.
that's kind of messed up to like people who call Brazil their home, right?
I think a lot of
Brazil's
people
being equated to.
who call Brazil their home would agree with that. So
Oh, okay. So you're just doubling down on the.
yeah, that's probably not great of me. Um, yeah, maybe we won't call it a real world place. I don't know. You made me doubt this now. Am I the asshole? Is this?
I You'll have to post on Reddit. I am not um, good enough to be able to weigh judgment on that.
Chat,
But in the meantime,
what do you guys think? Am I the asshole? What is
see the
Carnival but
asshole.
a nationwide? Oh no. RTM is bush baiting, and there's no one coming in for the bait. So I guess it wasn't set juicily enough. But True Shot Barrage is gonna find them doing Baron right now. For some reason, bottom lane is way more interesting than whatever's happening up here. Gid gonna eat some fruit.
Ooh. Oh. Couple of missed skill shots there from Fog of War from ROTM means that not too much is going to end up actually happening there as they got caught starting it, but be able to heal up with the plants, and now we're just back at a standstill.
So another important lore question: if you're playing like Headless Hecarim,
Okay.
do you still get benefit from the honey fruit?
Um, why would you not?
You can't eat them. You don't
Why
have
not?
a head or a
Well, he has
mouth.
the jack-o'-lantern as his head.
Yeah, but that's not his actual head.
Well, and it's connected to his neck. I think that you'd be able to. Or maybe he, just like smushes it into like a lotion and rubs it on his skin. Maybe, he can get the benefits of the honey fruit that way.
I almost banned Oath. I'm gonna be honest.
Why are we banning Oath?
I I just thought it was another like a third one, but yeah. Anyway, Baron's gonna be started up. RTM has a 7,000 gold lead. They've got an 8 kill advantage. This has been a very bloodless game compared to
Oh my.
normal. He shot that to Brazil. I feel
Yeah,
comfortable
I
saying that
saw
one.
that. Sukuru
Piclay's
Kai's
in a
gonna
little
be
bit of
waiting
trouble
when he
because
comes
Kai's
out.
here. EQ not going to land, but he'll put him into the Jarvan Jacuzzi. It's almost actually like a jacuzzi in that skin. It's got some like sandcastles, but it's the shutdown with the Dragon Lance for Sakurakai.
And even outnumbered on the other side of the map, GVSU was able to keep ROTM from actually end up grabbing that Baron, so
Oh
nothing
no.
but good going there for them. They end up picking up a massive shutdown. Unfortunately, it ends up going on the Jarvan, which isn't necessarily the best place for the gold to go as this game goes longer, but that's some money back in their pockets as this dragon looks like it's going to be the next point of contention here for both teams.
Yeah, Matsuro's really stalled out on his soul count. He didn't commit for the earlier ones, and now he's only got 37. So.
Oh no! Wait, I was scammed. This is bullshit. Oh.
Oh, Matsuro looking for the blind hook over the wall. Maybe if he could blindly find some souls, he'd help out the boys with the over. I shouldn't play. That's mean. Oh,
Ooh.
that should not have hit according to what we saw on here, but I know that the spectator doesn't handle elevation changes well, so maybe that landed directly onto him. We'll never know. But it is going to allow them to get enough pressure to take the blast cone, and they'll start up the dragon. This dragon doesn't mean a huge amount in the grand scheme of things. It's third dragon for RTM, which is nice.
Oh.
But in comes the squad from the Lakers. Matsuro forced to flash over the wall. We gets hit by the Argon ult and dragged in, so it'll be one kill going to GVSU. Piclay over the wall, still looking for a little bit more, but it'll just be the disengage. So they trade their support for a dragon, which probably still a positive trade. I hate to say it that way, though.
Well, I mean,
Sorry, Hyder.
when the support is dead, he's not getting any souls, so I think that is absolutely not worth. If they get the Mountain Soul, does that count as an additional, like 20 souls?
No.
Okay, well, I
I
suppose
I,
that's
appre-
fair.
I appreciate the question, and the answer is no.
Uh-huh. Okay. I appreciate your unbiased judgment here. But that is ROTM put on soul points, so the next dragon here in 4 minutes is going to represent a massive increase in power for them if they're able to secure that. So we'll see if they just try and stall out and wait for that, or if we see renewed focus here onto the Baron. As both teams have kind of just been flirting with it for the last few minutes, not willing to commit, but it's been started a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, like, you'll take Baron out to dinner, but you're not quite ready for that relationship just yet.
Uh-huh. Just not willing to go all the way. Is starting it, is that like, getting second base, or and then they end up, backing up, they
Whoa,
don't end up
we just
finishing
started
it?
it flirting, and you're already on the second. This is why
Well, I'm
you
just
don't
saying
have
they
a
started there. Peaklay's a little bit far forward, but Matsuro's here. Oh, and Gid's here as well. They're
Yeah,
stalling for
Peakley gonna pull RK into the Sex dungeon and send him off to a gray screen. Fake Kappa gets pulled in by the Flay, and a lot of low health bars. We'll see if Oath can find anything
Ooh.
with this Rite of the Arcane. 1, 2, we're kind of focusing on something. Ace in the hole over the top. Looks like everything kind of successfully dodged. God of Wrath feeling a little worse for wear, though. And RTM
Oh,
will maybe finally
it looks
start
like
up
they're
this
starting
Baron.
Baron.
They're going to second base.
Yeah, they're perhaps willing to get over their feelings of commitment, and they're starting it up. But GVSU's coming in to try and ruin this date. Ooh.
Oh man, the cock block coming in, just not quite going to find anything as the box is enough to dissuade them. Sometimes when somebody's, harsh in your vibe, you throw them into the box. God of Wrath, though, is going to throw a bear into the mix. I don't know how that all adds in. But eventually Annie's going to go down. I need to stop with this metaphor because I can't keep up with it. Gid is able to secure the Baron, but the fight's going the way of GVSU. RK into the backline, still looking for it. Oath gets flipped back in. Fake Kappa doing quite a bit of damage. They're just trying to kite out the Xerath, and they will finish him off. Kai is trying to chase down Beepot, steps directly onto the trap, and the Blast Cone will get him out to safety. So it looks like Beepots and Peakley are going to survive with the Baron buffs. They trade 3 for 1, which 2 extra kills in exchange for a Baron, probably worth?
Almost certainly, just because this is going to end up stalling out the game a little bit. As our team ended up committing to the Baron, but unfortunately ends up losing the fight on the backside. GVSU taking advantage of their the lack of focus from RTM. Are able to come out on top in a fight, and anything that stalls this game out and gives them a chance to come back into it is good for them. That said, the Barons that are still up are on Beepots and Peakley, and Peakley having it in that side lane is going to be pretty good here.
Oh, Peakley's got the combo.
Oh no, it's unlosable. He finished his Bramble Vest. Game's over, boys.
That's it. Yeah, our team...
Am I allowed to make bad jokes? How bad of jokes am I allowed to make?
Like, bad in what way?
Well, so you were talking about, Thresh throwing them in the box, at the Baron, in order to cock block, and it feels like if they're getting into the box, isn't that the opposite of a cock block? Never mind.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's valid. I'll accept that criticism. Yeah, I wasn't like thinking super like 5D when I was making the metaphor. I was just going for it, and
I was impressed with your commitment to it.
Sometimes when the box is there, you just gotta go. Okay, it's 15 seconds to go on this Mountain Soul. RTM is very much in position for this, and Peakley is separated just a little bit. He gets pulled, gonna pull RK into Brazil, start to whop him down with. I can't use whop.
You're the worst.
About that. I really am the worst. Kid going in, gonna find one Fear onto God of Wrath, and now running away from GVSU while they run away from ROTM, right of the arcane over the top, just looking for a little bit of damage. We're really focused on this Annie for some reason, so I'm assuming she's about to die, and there she goes. Gid gonna find that kill. They'll be able to finish that one off, although Gid trades his life for everything. Matsuro, pick up the damn soul. Okay, there we go. He's got 49 now. And a hook onto Fake Kappa, but not going to continue to pursue that one.
And RTM ends up winning the fight, flexing their gold lead just a little bit and chasing GVSU all the way down. Even the QSS from Annie wasn't enough to save her, and RTM picks up that turret as well and should be able to just fall back onto this Mountain Soul. So feeling pretty good about themselves there, as Pikley and Matsuro are making sure that Sukurukai is not going to have any chance at trying to contest this dragon. They only just started it, so I take it all back. Sukurukai is in the area. Might be able to get in.
Yeah, a hook from Matsuro gonna do his best to make sure that he can't get in, but he gets in anyway. But the dragon's retethered, so he's not really in any danger there. And now he's trapped on the wrong side of the map with Gid trying to collapse onto him from the top side. Flag and Drag over the wall. He's actually still, you know, maybe
he's hiding in Brazil.
Is that Brazil? Brazil is huge. I mean, it is huge. Like that's the lore of Brazil, right? True Shot Barrage over the wall. Ooh, Gid smites that one down from 180. Pikley gonna pull Kai into the Sex Dungeon and continue to bop him down. The bonkening with the Q, and I don't know that Pikley actually wanted that lantern, but he grabbed it anyway, and he's out of there.
Yeah, he was just a little bit worried. He came out of the Sex Dungeon, was surprised by how many people were around him, so takes the lantern out to safety. And RTM, after picking up the soul, is also going to be able to pick up this tier 2 mid. They had the inside track with how many members of GVSU were down bottom trying to deal with Pikley, and
I really like to see them just group up as 5 in Siege. Like, they have Caitlyn Zareth and a Mountain Soul. Feels like you can just kind of walk up to the turret and just start throwing abilities at it, as long as you ward your flanks well. But gonna back off for now. Minute 14 on this Baron, where they're a little bit less strong around the Baron area with this team comp, but
still, with how far ahead they are, I think that any normal fight they end up taking should go in their favor. And just a quick peep at the inventories. Poor Annie had to stop at the QSS. It means that she's not even close to finishing her second item. But Oath, already 2.5 items, has the stopwatch as well. Just so strong on this pick compared to poor God of Wrath, who is not quite able to show their wrath this game.
Yeah, GVSU, you know, they're going to be able to hold up their pants really well. They've got 3 belts in their inventories. They're a little big, though. So maybe not great at holding up the pants.
So not made for a normal person, maybe, you know, giants or other large, you know, maybe a troll? Troll belt?
Troll King.
No, Troll God. God of Wrath.
I don't follow anymore.
I don't fucking.
This game has lasted way longer than it had any right to, and Matsuro still isn't picking up any souls, so...
He's fucking trolling. They're right there. He's intentionally walking away.
He got that one. He's got 52 now, so this game's only going to have to last like another 15 minutes or so for him to pick up that many souls.
Yeah.
Pikley's got the flank. I don't know what he's going to do with this flank, but he's actually in a really good spot for a flank.
This whole time, GVSU had a pink ward on the Baron, so they do end up seeing this get started. Pikley's still pushing bottom, so Annie's going to have to respond, and our team looks like they want the fight. They don't want a 50-50 the Baron. Oh.
Yeah, kind of weird that Annie and Mordekaiser are the two that are separated, I guess. RK really...
There's your teleport.
And Mordekaiser TPing behind, looking for RK. Just going to zoom right in, pull him into the Death Realm. And, you know, he's got nowhere to run once he pops out. Yeah, he's exceedingly dead as Pikley just finds the kill onto him. So that there's no drama. Onslaught of Shadows coming in. They're going to get one kick in right at the arcanes over the top. A lot of poke coming out from Caitlyn as well. Double kill for Pikley as they'll continue to finish this one off. Fake Kappa actually escapes. That was a really neat little angle that he got on the E. Triple kill for Pikley as he finds another bonk. The kick in from Gid will be 4 kills, and Kai is the last one alive, although not for much longer. That's a really nice hook from Matsuro, and they'll eventually chase him down. Ace in the hole will pick that one up, and it's the ace also out of the hole for ROTM. They'll push. I'm done.
I liked it. That was good. This ROTM finally able to find the fight that they wanted, and near enough to the base that they could just instantly turn on the objectives and just start pushing in. They should be able to secure it here. 8 seconds on Annie is not going to be quick enough, and ROTM, after a shaky game 2, end up coming out and having a really dominant game 3 as they end up taking down the Lakers.
He's fine.
Ooh. Saved by the bell there.
Yeah. So the LAS squad going to improve to 7-2 on the year. They'll secure themselves the 2nd seed from their division with that win. They still have one more regular season game against RAR, who's the 3rd seed. So little just bragging rights on the line for both teams, I believe. Maybe positioning for RAR is at stake. I'm not 100% sure. But you want to keep an eye on that on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, live on the stream, we're going to have the LRS team taking on the Goon Squad in a best of 5. That'll start at 6 p.m. CDT, so you'll want to be here then. I didn't see what Hyder's final soul count was, but I'm going to assume it's under 80. So.
Yeah, you can pay out the other side. I think that they Hyder was the inside man all along. He knew the game 2. He just didn't pick up any fucking souls.
So yeah, thanks for joining us for this, you know, further devolvement into whatever this stream has become. So, thank you guys, and we'll see you in a couple nights' time on Thursday for the LRS playoff game. We'll try to be more serious next time, and we'll see you guys then.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it. What do you mean more serious? I was 100% serious tonight.
Oh, were we? Oh, I missed the memo. My bad.
I felt it, man. I felt it.
Should I host Upsurge, Legends, or Fabili? Our 5 viewers are really going to count, I think.
Well, whichever one has the lowest amount. If you host them, then our 5 viewers will make that much bigger of an impact. It'll make up a larger percentage of their viewers, and thus they'll have to be more appreciative.
All right, we're gonna go watch Fabili. Go watch.
Yeah.
Philly B's Electronic Sports Organization. What did I call it that one time? I'll have to ask CJ. It was like Filbert B's Mystical Electronic Sports Organization. I don't.
Jesus, you really went in.
Yeah, I've called it a different name every time I've done the intro for them. Anyway, bye.